So how do you structure an innovation department? Again, very broad question. It came as well from a mid-sized organization that was about, at least what I have researched from a person that works in a 600 people company, about 600 people. So for this organization, how do you structure the innovation department is depends on what do you want to achieve with innovation. What do you want to achieve with innovation, and what is innovation for the organizational context? So innovation can be, for a lot of organization, how do we improve on a day-to-day basis our products, our services? For some organizations, that's innovation. On the other extreme, if you say, for us, innovation is disrupting our business model, figuring out how do we double the business, looking into new opportunities we have not done. Two different approaches, two different structures of innovation teams inside of that organization. If we take the example of improving your core, where you look into improvement on a day-to-day business, key point for me, as I said already in the first questions, enabling everyone inside of the organization to innovate. Innovation for me is one of the big buzzwords out there, similar to sustainability, which is written in all strategies. If you want to innovate, you need to act. You need to put things into the engine of the organization and support this with the innovation team. So if we take the core business innovation, work with a team that is facilitating that process, that's facilitating and enabling everyone inside of the business to innovate on a day-to-day base. So the structure of that will be that you maybe have a team in a service organization, but that's working with matrix organization. Of course, this is now like a high level description because I don't know exactly the case. But in the end, it's a service organization that is servicing everyone inside of the total business to innovate. It's not a gatekeeper of innovation, which is often the case in larger organizations, where the innovation team is responsible for the process and the gatekeeper of getting funding towards innovation topics. Yes, that can be the case. For me, it's more about how does this innovation engine, this small team of innovators, help everyone inside of the total business to innovate. So it's a structure that allows that to happen. The other extreme, if we go towards how do you disrupt your business model and what is the right structure for that, it slightly depends again on what is the company about, what are their products, how do they work, how are they structured? Are they structured that they have business areas which are working as profit centers? Do they have a large organization which is a service organization on top and everyone is reporting into that organization? So it really depends on that. One thing I have seen specifically when you look into disrupting an organization, I've been working with a team like this in the past. You need to structure that in a way that it is not attacked by the immune system from the organization. Because let's say you work if we just take my case, I was working in a large retail and real estate company. So when you take that organization and you say, hey, we're going to disrupt our business model, and that's our goal of a small team of innovators, everyone inside the business will see this small department as a factor to attack. So it's more a threat to the organization than it is a help to the organization, specifically when you are all sharing of what's going on. So taking this into a structural approach, what I've seen most profitable or working in that way, building an engine that's attached to the business, but it's not included inside the business. It's more like a spin out of an organization where you have a couple of disruptors, a disrupting team that's working on topics that is not seen on a day-to-day basis from the total organization. So, for example, we have validated in the past, which I was part of, a business model that is disrupting the core business of the company I was working in. What we did is we took a different brand, we used external resources, we worked with them in a way that we can validate all the different assumptions based on core business future scenarios, and then really doing them in the outside world under a different brand name and under a different structure, so that you have the possibility to go wild and don't, let's say, don't hurt the main brand or the main core business. Doing that on the side allows you to build a profitable business if you do it right, because in the end, you need to include that into the business, or at least bring that into the business. So you start external and you slowly move that internal into the business. And the structure is really dependent, as I mentioned, on where you go. Do you go disrupting the business, or do you go into improving the core? Two extremes and two different setups. And of course, there are many, many setups you can do in between, and or have double. It always depends on your local situation. Key part is, how do you empower the people in both parts? One is empowering the team to facilitate the interaction of innovation in the total business. The other one is facilitating interactions with the team and the outside world, potential future customer base, potential future clients, that enable you to build a profitable innovation engine from the outside and then bring that into the business.